Hi, it's Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Thursday, June 26th, 2025. Well, it's another chameleon day, as I like to say, a day where more than one planet changes signs. You ever see a chameleon's nose? Very interesting sight. In any case, there's a lot of change going on today. The sun today is at 5 degrees of ultra-sensitive, often moody but ultimately nurturing, water sign Cancer, very highly emotional, protective, and intuitive. And today the sun makes a harmonious 60-degree sextile to Mars, a planet of energy and often conflict, but this is a good angle, so the energy is more about harmonious drive and willpower. And so our energy is raised today, but in a good way. That occurs early in the day, 7:11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 10:11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 3:11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. It's when it's exact, although, of course, it continues for the whole rest of the day. Mercury, the planet of communication, is also a player today because it's about to exit the water sign of Cancer, and as it does, at 29 degrees of Cancer, it makes a harmonious, another sextile, this time to Uranus, the planet of sudden change and often chaos, but Uranus is often considered the higher octave of Mercury, so this is like one of those light bulb days where the energy goes off in our head and we get brilliant ideas. That occurs during the predawn hours, and then it enters, Mercury does, into the grand and glorious fire sign of Leo midday. That's why I'm in the gold here, as I always am when a planet is in Leo. That occurs 12:09 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 3:09 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 8:09 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. As for the moon itself, it is still in the latter degrees of its home sign, which is the water sign of Cancer, and early in the day it makes a harmonious sextile, you got it, to Venus, the planet of love and affection, from 20 of Cancer to Venus at 20 of Taurus. Very nice, sensual, and loving. 8:08 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 11:08 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 4:08 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. You get up in the morning feeling loving. I won't be terribly surprised. Later in the afternoon, more toward the evening, the moon makes a hard square, 90-degree angle to Chiron, called the Wounded Healer, from 26 degrees of Cancer to Chiron at 26 of Aries. A little tough. Emotional issues could come up, but then in the evening, the moon makes yet another sextile, this one to Uranus, 29 Cancer to Uranus at 29 Taurus, and this is another I love, and anything can happen moment, but this time it's for the best. That occurs 10:16 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 1:16 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 6:16 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And then the moon moves into the grand and glorious fire sign of Leo, 11:05 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. You see, we made it just by a nose here. 2:05 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 7:05 a.m. tomorrow, Greenwich Mean Time. A day with lots of change, but this time for the best for a change. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology. Now, if you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can book it on my website, starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Enjoy this day, no matter what.